Hi guys, this is Megan from You Go to Be Kidding. We have had a ton of new subscribers lately, and for that, thank you and welcome. We are the Plunkett family, and we live here in Middle Tennessee, and we are sharing about our homesteading journey. Our goal is to just encourage you on your journey, whatever that may be, and to share a piece of ours. If you learned something on the way, that would be awesome. But we are just enjoying learning about what we're doing and doing all sorts of new things. So we've been sharing some goat births. It is kidding season, which is so fun. Probably the best time on the farm, but it also gets a little hectic and crazy. So we have shown you 2 births, and we do have one more birth for you. It was just a singleton, but we're going to show you that, and then it's pretty quick. So I'm also going to go through my birth box and our birthing supplies, and I want to show you what we always have on hand, which things we end up using all the time, and which things we have in case of an emergency. So some of those I've never had to use, thank goodness. And then we'll give you an update on how everybody's doing. We have 3 mamas and 9 total kids on the farm so far. So this week we'll go through all those things. We're so glad you're watching with us, and thanks for being here. Good morning. So I was sleeping, and Damien and Ellie are down here to bottle feed our bucklings because they are awesome. And on the way by, they said that Cedar had a baby. So we're gonna go check on Cedar and see what she's up to. She is in the pen with all the goats, and they're totally ignoring her, which is fantastic. So like I thought that they'd be fine, but we will get her pulled out and separated. We've got a spot in the barn she can use, but let's go check on her. Alrighty. Hi. Well, look at that baby. It's so cute. How come you only have one? You really just have one in there? Oh my goodness, it's adorable. Let's see. Of course it's a little boy. That's okay. Of course it's a little boy. Did he get some milk? So he's still wet. He's still wet, but not like soaking. I think I'm gonna grab him and see if Cedar will fall. I'm pretty sure I stepped over the fence with it on. So I'm gonna go turn off the fence, and we'll come get these guys set up. All right. Well, obviously he's doing well. He's big buckling. All right, we got them all set up. They're in here. We're getting Cedar a snack, and she's doing great. We'll just keep it. She honestly could go back out pretty quick. He's huge, so it's very cute, and we'll just keep an eye on him. I just got finished moving, everybody, so I actually brought Cedar out here, and her big boy is crazy. So these are Ivies, who are let's see, officially a week old today. Today is Saturday. Hello, lady. And so the 3, let's see if I can point them out. Let's see, 1, 2, and 3 back here are Ivies that are a week old, and this is Cedar's brand new few-hour-old baby, and he is as big as they are. He's huge. I need to weigh him just because I'm curious how big he weighs, how much he weighs. But Cedar was a rock star. So a single buckling from a smaller doe can, is the thing that people say, oh, that's the one that's dangerous. They have trouble with, the bucklings can get too big, and he is a big boy. But she delivered. We came out this morning, and baby was out. Placenta is out, and everybody looks happy and healthy. I've seen him nurse, and he's doing great. So I'm so thankful for an easy delivery. I'm always sad to miss it because it is so much fun to watch, and it's just kind of another vote for, they really do have easy births most of the time, and I'm so thankful. So I brought Cedar up here into the little baby pen with Ivy, but it's so funny watching them. Cedar and Ivy have to get back along, and they headbutt each other a few times, and Cedar has yet to nurse her baby because she's digging the grass. Ivy keeps sniffing him. There we go. She's not being mean, which I want to be sure, but she is kind of pushing him away. But she's being pretty sweet. So we'll just have to watch that. Yay! She's paying attention to him. She's still a little distracted, but Ivy nursed her triplets. And Cedar found him and is paying attention to him. So I'm encouraged. I think I'm going to leave him in here. I'm going to stay out here and watch some more. Oh, this is the best. They're so cute. Good job, Mama. All right, now you have to take care of yours. But I think they're going to be all right. Esther and I are out here with the baby goats. We have all three mamas in here, Tansy, Ivy, and Cedar with the babies. The 2 bottle babies are not out here because they can't get to Tansy. So we'll have to figure out logistics for getting them out a little bit more, but we're out here and I've got River in here too. So this is really kind of training for River, and we are trying to make sure that all the babies are friendly. It's actually hard to keep up with all the babies and get enough time petting them all. But we do our best. They're so cute and so fun. So we're out here. Esther's helping me. We're just trying to pick them up, hold them, cuddle with them, and make sure that River's doing well. And it's super helpful to have all these mamas here because they help keep River in line, which is better than any training I can do. So it's a little mayhem. We've got a lot of babies in here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 baby goats in here. So alrighty, I'll turn it around and I'll show you all the craziness. So River is definitely interested and excited. She is very gentle with babies, and I'm so thankful for that. But she definitely gets too excited. And it's a little hard to, oh, he's cute. This is Cedar's little buckling. He is giant. He's so big. Yes, that one's yours. And then Tansy has 3. Tansies are all very tan. So it's these 2 little tan ones and this one here. And then Ivy has this awesome white and black, the black and white, and then this almost grayish brown. I think that is Chamosé. I think that's the color, but I don't know that. I could totally be wrong. Oh. So they're trying to sort out who's who, and River is just hanging out. So here is everybody, the mamas and the babies. I'll bet some of them are hiding in there. It has been, all the mamas actually gave birth within about a week of each other. Oh, these are the 2 little bottle bucklings. Hi boys, you've already had your milk. I don't have any right now. So these are 2 of Tansy's quints. They are on bottles, so that's why they came running up to the fence. Cedar here, and Tansy, and Ivy, and all their babies are doing really well. So everybody is actually just about between 2 and 3 weeks old, but it was a little easier to separate out their births in videos. So everybody, you kind of get an update as you're seeing one of Cedar's be born. You can also hang out. So I think he is actually cuddled up with Ivy back there. Yep, so Cedar's buckling is actually right behind Ivy here. And they're just all hanging out. It's actually pretty warm today. So the little black goats, they've got to work a little harder in the heat. So but this is how everybody's doing. Everybody has been doing really great. Our mamas have been awesome, taking care of everybody, and the babies are growing like weeds. So everybody's doing great. We've got everybody out here. They're all together. And let me go ahead and show you our birth supplies, what we always have on hand, and the things I use for these guys. It's not much, but it is always good to have things ready before you need them. So let me go show you. All right, so I'm out back. I'm right behind the barn, and I have my birth box. It is just a large Rubbermaid tote, and so I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna show you what all I have inside and what I use, and I hope that this helps if you are preparing for your first kidding or lambing season. I want to show you what you might want to have on hand. So I just freshly organized this. It's not normally this neat, but I can pull out some things. So first up here, these are not strictly necessary, but with bottle babies, this is a scale that I just got on Amazon and a lamb and kid sling, so I can hang them up to weigh them. This has been super helpful. Bottle babies need to be fed by weight, and it's pretty hard to get a squirmy baby goat weight without something like this. So that has been a huge help. Now for birthing itself, I'm going to pull out my little basket here. I normally have many more towels in here, and I've got some hay on these, but all my towels are being washed since we've had babies, so I just have old hand towels, and I actually love the hand towel size for our baby goats since they're so little. I would much rather get a clean, fresh one than be dealing with a larger towel that gets all messy on one side. So I normally have a bunch of towels in here, and I do also have some of these puppy pads. They're just training pads, and so those can really help too. I can use them to actually wipe the baby off, or if I'm worried about the ground being dirty, I can put one of these down. And then I have a blow dryer, which I only need in the winter, of course, but if it's super cold and the mama's got a lot of babies or struggling to get them dry, I have definitely used a blow dryer on low only, and I make sure my hand is in front of it so the baby doesn't get too hot, but that has been very valuable. And then I have some, so this is the not super used, but very important to have. So I have in here an unused, this is a feeding tube, and it would connect to this large syringe. This is if I needed to actually tube feed a baby, and thankfully I have not had to do that. I also have a thermometer in here. It's important to not tube feed a baby if they're not up to temp yet. So again, I have not had to use that on a baby. There are some spare things like some gloves in here, and there's some OB gloves in here as well, the real long ones in case I needed to go in. But let's see, some other things that are not used all the time is my bag of supplements. So let me pull these out. I have a selenium and vitamin E supplement. This has been an issue on our farm. Our lambs struggle with this more than our goats, but if any goat or lamb baby comes out not quite perky enough, acting like, having a hard time standing up, any leg type issues, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this in their mouth, and that has helped our lambs for sure. We also make sure that our mamas are supplemented with selenium in their minerals. This is a colostrum tube, so I have not had to use this either, but if for some reason something happens to mama or baby is not able to get colostrum in, this is what you get inside that baby. And I have a probiotic paste. I'll often give this to mama after she's all done. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I like to give this in any sort of high stress situation, but not usually for the baby, just for mama for this one. And then I have this Formula 911 that is also supposed to be, it's like a suspendable broth for young calves, veals, foals, lambs, and goats. So I think this would be somewhat of a milk replacement, something if something goes south. So I was recommended to get that. I've never used it before, but I do have it on hand. And then let me show you the basket of things I actually use all the time. So this is the stuff that gets used the most. This is a Nose Frida snot sucker. If you have young kids, you might be familiar with this. It's kind of gross, but also awesome. This tube with the red mouthpiece, you actually put in your own mouth, and then you put this blue tube in either your human baby or in this case the goat, and you can suck. Now there's a filter, this foam type filter is inside here, so you're not getting anything up in your own mouth. You really aren't. I know it sounds gross, but it works so well. So I just got this to replace these blue bulb syringes. These are okay and they totally work, but they're expensive and you can't wash them out. So you're using it and then you really just have to throw it away, and I did not want to keep trying to buy these. So this is the last one of these I have on hand, and this worked fantastic. I can also kind of adjust the pressure so when so I don't have to worry about hurting a baby goat. So those two things for sure. Gloves are always helpful. And then I have these little paper cups and these little syringes. And I use these to give the mamas some medicine. So let me show you what I give mama. I have this Molly's Herbals Owies. This is a pain tincture. It's actually safe for humans, but this I give mamas after birth. I have noticed some issues with pain. Sometimes they'll be hesitant to let babies nurse when they're in a lot of pain. So I usually give this after birth and then maybe for the next day or two if I think there's anything going on. And I also have this. This is an Easy Birth extract from Land of Havilah. Again, this is actually people safe. It is just an herbal tincture, and I give this starting mostly right after birth to help get the placenta out. It would also be helpful to do during labor and can help contractions come along and help labor go smoothly. Most often I forget until babies are out. So that's when I give this. There. And then I usually use this Nutri-Drench on some alfalfa and sometimes a little bit of grain right after birth just to give mama some extra energy. Birthing is really hard work, so we make sure that she gets some energy back for that. I usually mix some alfalfa, some of our herbal wormer, and this together. The last two things I have are this herbal calcium tincture and a hot cayenne tincture. The calcium one I'll give to mama after she births to help her milk come in. And the hot cayenne is 1 drop for a baby if a baby is just seeming really sluggish and slow to wake up or slow to get moving. If I have any concern, I'll put 1 tiny drop on their mouth, and that helps blood flow and circulation and helps get them up and moving. And I have done that for maybe 1 or 2 lambs or kids, and that has made a big difference. The only other thing I don't think I mentioned in here is I do have this bottle of lube in case I needed to go in. The very first time I've ever had to do that was this year with Ivy to check on something, and I didn't really need it. I was okay without it. So that's what I have in my birth box. If you have any suggestions or tips or tricks or ideas, things you use that I'm missing, or questions about what I have here, I'd love to answer them in the comments. I appreciate you guys watching. Welcome to everybody who is new to the channel. We're so glad to have you, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.